January 11, 2026, the second Sunday of the year, and the second award show of the year on television is tonight, the Golden Globe Awards. We'll talk about that and more coming up here on LCJ Live. Thanks for being here. Welcome to the show. I've got some box office results as always. We've got the Penguins of Madagascar here because Madagascar is back in theaters this Friday, January 16th, nationwide, a 20th anniversary theatrical re-release. I talked to the directors, Tom McGrath and Eric Darnell, for a new piece. You can read it now at animationscoop.com. They share some very interesting insights on the making of Madagascar, the impact over the last 20 years. It's a good piece. You're going to want to read it at animationscoop.com. Hello to Christian Kozlowski and to Sam B. Russell. Happy Sunday. I've also got a missing link here from Monsters vs. Aliens because he's voiced by Will Arnett. And Will Arnett had Is This Thing On expand nationwide this weekend. Unfortunately for that film, it did not do well. Only $2.4 million in the nationwide expansion in nearly 1,500 theaters. Not able to get into the weekend box office top 10. Its total is $3.5 million. This movie has been marketed for a long time. You've been seeing the trailer for Is This Thing On play for months and months and months before movies. I saw the film nearly 3 months ago at a film festival, and I did not care for it. It opened in limited release towards the end of December. Now nationwide, only $2.4 million this weekend. Yeah, oof, says Kelly. Is kind of awkward. Yeah. Avatar is number one. And Bradley Cooper, I think, this is his weakest film of the three, without question. Maybe come up with something else, something different, something that is a little more emotionally effective. This movie is not. In a lot of ways, it feels artificial, which is too bad. Will Arnett is good, and the stand-up comedy aspect is all right, but man, that second half of Is This Thing On and that ending, terrible, just terrible. Number one, of course, Avatar: Fire and Ash, once again, $21.3 million. All these Avatar movies were number one for many weeks. I think, though, 28 years later, it's going to take that top spot next weekend, so Avatar's reign will end, I think. $21.3 million for Avatar. It's at $342.6 domestically, over $1.2 billion worldwide, which is great, but domestically, we're halfway to what the last one did. Last one did $684. We're at $342. We're halfway there. Living on a prayer. Bon Jovi. Wow. The Avatar impact is just not there as much as it was 3 years ago and way back in 2009. And the movie's not very good. And I don't think it's going to get a Best Picture Oscar nomination in a week and a half. So, yeah, Avatar: Fire and Ash. Yes, it's making more money than a lot of other movies have made in the last few years. But we are down significantly from the other two. It's helping movie theaters, but a lot of other movies are doing well for the movie theaters right now, which is good. We've got, in second place, a new film, Primate, $11.3 million. Paramount putting out this horror movie in early January. It is the fourth biggest opening weekend ever for a Regal Monday mystery movie. So congratulations to Primate on that. Primate barely beats The Housemaid. They could flip-flop tomorrow when the actual results are released, but right now, The Housemaid in third with another $11.2 million. It's doing really well. It's at $94.2 million, and very likely sometime this week, The Housemaid will become the 20th film from 2025 to cross $100 million at the domestic box office. We had 22 films in 2024, so pretty close to that for 2025. The Housemaid certainly helps, gets it over that 20 mark, which is very good. Also, the biggest Lionsgate non-John Wick, non-Hunger Games movie in a while. One of their 10 biggest in that category of all time. Non-Hunger Games, non-John Wick for Lionsgate. We know a sequel is coming, and Lionsgate wants more money. It seems like Paul Feig will return and Sydney Sweeney will return. Those deals are not closed. Things are not confirmed. But I think you need to bring back Amanda Seyfried as well. I think one of the reasons why this movie works in a lot of cases is because of Amanda Seyfried. Now, she's got that other movie out, The Testament of Anne Lee, still in only a handful of theaters. It officially expands, I think this Friday, goes wide on the 23rd for Searchlight. But for The Housemaid, I think the success was all three of them. Paul Feig's direction, Sydney Sweeney's character and performance, and Amanda Seyfried's character and performance. So I think you need to bring Amanda back for the next one in some way, or you need to alter the script based on the book. Whatever you need to do, I think that's the case. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Housemaid sequel, but Lionsgate loving the fact that this is a $100 million film for them. Outside of Hunger Games and John Wick, they have not had too many $100 million movies in the last several years, so Lionsgate is very pleased with that. Let's go to number 4 this weekend. Zootopia 2 added 10.1 million. It's at 378.8. We're way over $1 billion. We're way over $1.5 billion worldwide, and it is still, though, the second biggest Disney movie of 2025 in North America. Still 45 million behind Lilo and Stitch domestically, and still like 80 million behind Moana 2 from last year. Moana 2 had that huge $225 million Thanksgiving 5-day, which Zootopia 2 did not have, but it's still doing very well. And yes, you do have some new animation competition this weekend. We'll talk about that, but Zootopia 2 is still going to make money for a while. Number 5 this weekend is Greenland 2 Migration. I saw this on Thursday. I was looking forward to Greenland 2. I liked the first Greenland. It was a directed digital release in 2020 because of COVID. Gerard Butler, when he's good, he's good. But this movie is weak and not nearly as good as the first one. It's really ridiculous and gets silly and goofy and also artificial, not genuinely emotionally effective. But the first one was. This one is too far-fetched. The first one was plausible, even though it was extreme. And I don't love where the script goes. The acting is pretty standard. Greenland 2 Migration, only 8.5 million this weekend. I think the negative reviews, the buzz on Primate, and the other options in theaters held this movie back. A year ago, this same weekend, basically, Lionsgate put out another Gerard Butler movie, Den of Thieves 2 Pantera, which opened to 15 million and total 36. We're not getting there with this. We're at 8.5. That's barely above half of that Den of Thieves 2 open. I like the second half of Den of Thieves 2, not really the first half. 3 years ago in January, Lionsgate opened Plane with Gerard Butler. It opened to 10.3 million, totaled 32.1. I like Plane. And it had pretty solid few weeks after that to get more than 3 times its open there for Plane to total 32. We're not getting there with Greenland 2. We're not. We may barely get over 20 million for Greenland 2. It could drop down to 3 million next weekend. We may not even get to 20 million. This is a bit of a disappointment for Gerard Butler and Lionsgate, but the movie's not as good as those other 2 films. I think it really comes down to that. Even though Greenland was so popular on streaming and HBO Max and all these things during the pandemic, look, the movie's not great. So that is a bit of a disappointment for Gerard Butler and Greenland 2. Look, I like Gerard Butler when he's good. Some of those other action movies like Angel Has Fallen and Hunter Killer and some of these other ones were good. But this one is not. Gerard Butler, sometimes his movies make money. Sometimes they don't. Like Cop Shop didn't make a lot of money, a few others. But hey, Angel Has Fallen did. Now, this same director, Rick Roman-Waugh, has a new action movie with Jason Statham that I saw the trailer for before Greenland the other day called Shelter. It opens in 3 weeks on the 30th. We'll see how that does. That may not make a lot of money either. It's a smaller studio. Black Bear, I think, is behind it. But we'll see how that does. All right. Let's see. Number 6 is Marty Supreme. Added 7.6 million. It's at $70.1 million. It is the second biggest A24 film of all time. It has passed Civil War. It is only behind Everything Everywhere All at Once by about 7 million. At this point, I would say it will become the biggest A24 film ever. And Timothée Chalamet, of course, nominated tonight at the Golden Globes. He won Critics' Choice last Sunday. I think he wins tonight, but watch out for Ethan Hawke and even Leo in that actor in a comedy or musical category. And A Complete Unknown last year for Timothée Chalamet from Searchlight did 75 million, so this is going to make more money than that. Number 7 this weekend, Anaconda added 5.1 million. It's at 54.3. It is the second biggest Columbia film from 2025. They did not have a great year. 28 years later was number 1 for them with just $70 million. Anaconda passes Karate Kid to become number 2. It will not become number 1. And of course, Columbia has the new 28 years later, The Bone Temple, opening this Friday. Number 8 is the SpongeBob movie. Search for SquarePants added 3.8 million. It's at 63.6. Second biggest Paramount movie of 2025 behind Mission Impossible. And though we're still way behind what the other SpongeBobs did, though it is now the 7th biggest animated film from 2025, And David, the ninth place film this weekend, added 3.1. It's at 75.2. It is the fifth biggest animated film from 2025, fully animated film. It is also the second biggest Angel Studios movie of all time. Angel Studios, though, did not have a great weekend with their new film, I Was a Stranger. Outside the top 10, only $1.2 million for that. Though I think the new Kevin James rom-com Solo Mio, which opens in early February for Valentine's Day, I think will make more money than that for Angel. And rounding out your top 10 this weekend is the second best movie of 2025, Song Sung Blue, $3 million for that. It's at $31.2 million, the second biggest Focus Features film of 2025, only behind the third Downton Abbey film, which was my number 10 movie of the year. Song Sung Blue. Kate Hudson's a nominee tonight for the Golden Globe. I don't think she'll win. I think Amanda Seyfried will win. And even though Amanda Seyfried didn't get an actor award, SAG Awards nomination the other day, Amanda Seyfried could be this year's Kristen Stewart. Remember that huge backlash when Kristen Stewart didn't get the SAG nom, and all the Academy members, especially younger voters, got Kristen Stewart onto the Oscar ballot. You could see that here with Amanda Seyfried. I do think Amanda Seyfried will win tonight at the Golden Globes. But Kate Hudson could win. Kate Hudson did get a SAG Awards Actor Award nomination the other day. Very good performance from Kate Hudson. I wish Hugh Jackman was on the ballots too. And we'll see what happens tonight at the Golden Globes. Let's see. No Other Choice is doing pretty well with its expansion. It added 100 theaters or so, maybe a little more. 1.3 million. It's at 3.7. I think it's going to get into Neon's top 5 of 2025. Per screen average was over $9,000, so that's pretty good. Don't have the money on Dead Man's Wire, which was also on my top 10 list. Official limited release was this weekend. It expands nationwide this Friday. Love Dead Man's Wire. This is from director Gus Van Sant. It's really good. Bill Skarsgård, Coleman Domingo, Al Pacino, other great cast members. It's an immersive experience. It's a gritty, grounded experience. Go see Dead Man's Wire when it comes to a theater near you this weekend, or if you're in New York, LA, where I think it is, go see Dead Man's Wire. Let's see. I think I saw a comment about K-pop Demon Hunters. Could Zootopia 2 beat K-pop Demon Hunters for Best Animated Movie? I'm going with Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, tonight. You know, the Golden Globes sometimes go a little off the board than the typical choice. And though I think Golden will win Best Original Song, these awards groups are going to have to decide whether the popular movie that was good, K-pop Demon Hunters, deserves to be the winner of the Best Animated Feature of the year. Out of the nominees tonight, I believe Little Amelie is my favorite of the 6. But they all have something to offer. Certainly all the nominees from Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, Annie Awards nominations came out. I'm happy for The Bad Guys 2 getting some love. The BAFTA long list came out the other day. So a lot of animated movies getting a lot of attention. I think Little Amelie might win tonight. But don't be surprised if it's K-pop Demon Hunters. Don't be surprised if it's Zootopia 2. Though they did give the first one Best Animated Feature, so maybe they want to go with something different. The voters remember that. So we'll see what happens. We got a comment of seeing Testament of Van Lee yesterday. It's a movie I didn't love. Seyfried's got a few good scenes, but I just could not connect with it. It's a tough watch, especially early. Got a comment here if I don't get the hype around Zootopia 2. It's not as good as the first. It's not. I mean, that was a tough bar. You know, setting that bar of being, Zootopia was so layered with that story and the commentary and the animation and the comedy and the drama, and this one didn't quite get there as much. It's got some good elements, but it's not quite what the first one was, so that might be on a lot of voters' minds as well. We'll talk more Golden Globes in a second. I want to mention some of the other movies coming out this weekend. As I mentioned, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, probably number 1, so Avatar will drop out of number 1 this coming weekend. Also on Netflix, I'm going to watch this. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have a new movie called The Rip. It's an action thriller. That is coming out this Friday. Also, as I mentioned, the Madagascar re-release. Jodie Foster's film Private Life, which is awful, is getting a limited open officially this Friday. Man, I watched this. How goofy of a movie is this? Oh my gosh. If you want to watch a goofy movie that every turn it makes, it's just, you're rolling your eyes, you're shaking your head. A Private Life is out this weekend. And Night Patrol is coming out. Also, 2 other animated films. Charlie the Wonder Dog, My conversation with the director, Shea Wageman, is at animationscoop.com and lcj.podbean.com. Charlie the Wonder Dog is an animated superhero dog movie from Viva Kids, and Owen Wilson voices the main character, Charlie the Wonder Dog. He gives a good voice performance. That is out this weekend. And for adults, when it comes to animated features, All You Need Is Kill, the new adaptation of that story that was originally Edge of Tomorrow, that great Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt movie. Well, this film is very good as well. All You Need Is Kill is in theaters Friday. If you want more of my commentary on that film, All You Need Is Kill, plus Arco, Scarlet, and A Magnificent Life, animated features for adults, go to WAMC.org. I did some great commentary for them on that. Let's see. We've got comments about liking Den of Thieves, Goofy movie, Bone Temple. Why are the Madagascar penguins on the desk? Because Madagascar is back in theaters Friday. And we've also got Missing Link here for Monsters vs. Aliens because he's Will Arnett. And Is This Thing On? As I mentioned off the top, unfortunately did not get into the top 10 with its nationwide expansion this weekend. And all right, let's look at these Golden Globes. Christian Gazowski saying goodbye for the day. Thank you for being here. Let's take a look at these Golden Globe nominations. Before we go, I posted my picks the other day. I will run through my picks for tonight's Golden Globe Awards. Nikki Glazer back as the host. And let's see. By the way, if you want my conversation with the directors of Madagascar, go to animationscoop.com. All right, tonight at the Golden Globes, I believe Golden will win Best Original Song. That's K-Pop Demon Hunters. Johnny Greenwood will win for the score of One Battle After Another. Cinematic and Box Office Achievement will go to F1. The Secret Agent will win Motion Picture Non-English Language. Animated Feature, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain. Ryan Coogler will win for his screenplay of Sinners, while Paul Thomas Anderson will win in the directing category for One Battle After Another. That film's supporting actress nominee will win, Teyana Taylor. And then for Sentimental Value, supporting actor will go to Stellan Skarsgård, who didn't win last week at Critics' Choice. Neither did Teyana Taylor, but I think they'll win tonight. Actress in a comedy or musical will be Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Anne Lee. Actor in a comedy or musical, Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. Comedy or musical, One Battle After Another. Drama actress, Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. Actor in a drama, Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. And motion picture drama of the year will be Sinners. I think Sinners wins drama tonight. So those are my picks for the Golden Globe Awards. I hope it's a good show. Do you think Teyana Taylor's favored for the Oscar? Boy, Amy Madigan winning last Sunday for Weapons at Critics' Choice was interesting. So I don't think, because of that, I don't think there's a lock yet in that category. Even if Teyana Taylor wins tonight, the Actor Awards is not until March 1. The BAFTA nominations aren't even out yet, and they're not going to be till after the Oscars. And then that show is, I think, late February. So we've got a long way to go until we get to the Oscars. Those nominations are a week from Thursday, January 22nd. We're still 11 days out. And then the Oscars themselves, March 15. We're still over 2 months away from the Academy Awards to still be talking about these movies while the new ones are coming out. It's crazy. It's crazy how long. I loved when it was Feb 9 in 2020. I loved when the Oscars was Feb 9. It made so much more sense. But there we go. The Golden Globes tonight is on CBS, also on Paramount Plus. And I hope it's a fun show. Hope it's a good show. Nikki Glazer back as host. They did those special honorees the other night with the other show they did. Helen Mirren and Sarah Jessica Parker were the honorees the other night at that special for the Golden Globes. All right. When we're back here next Sunday for LCJ Live, we will talk about this 28 years later, the Bone Temple box office. We will preview Mercy and some of the other movies coming out for late January. I'll have more AnimationScoop.com Q&As this week with the directors of the Oscar shortlisted animated short films. The voting ends Friday. The voting for the Oscars starts tomorrow and ends Friday. This week is a big week for entertainment when it comes to voting for the Oscars. And I've spoken to many, through email Q&A, I have corresponded with many of the directors of the Oscar shortlisted animated shorts. More of that, animationscoop.com. If you want my conversation with Martellus Bennett and Jeff Swampy Marsh for the new Disney animated series called Hey AJ, go to lcj.podbean.com for that as well. Super Bowl champ Martellus Bennett and Jeff Swampy Marsh from Phineas and Ferb. Great new family show. And you can also get that at lights-camera-jackson.com in the podcast section. TooFast2Films.com, LCJ.podbean.com, YouTube.com/LightsCameraJackson. Subscribe to the channel. X at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at LightsCamJackson, Facebook Lights Camera Jackson, and we will be back next Sunday for the next episode of LCJ Live. We'll talk about 28 years later, more September films, more January films, and we'll get some more analysis from award season tonight. They may offer us some more clues, some more things of how the Oscar voting could go. Like I said, Amanda Seyfried wins tonight. I think she gets on the Oscar ballot. So we'll see what happens there. Project Hail Mary is coming out in a couple months, yes. Thank you for all the comments. Appreciate it. Thank you for watching as always. And we'll see you soon. We'll see you for the next episode of LCJ Live. And have a good Sunday. Enjoy the Golden Globes tonight. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.